exposure to everything that's going on in the city of Houston. I am your host, Mika Diamond, and I love to be able to bring exposure to everything that's going on here. We talk about everything from fun facts. We talk about businesses that are here within the city of Houston. We also talk about my favorite restaurants and some of the activities and events that I've had a chance to witness. So we just want to make sure that everyone is connected worldwide with everything that's going on here in the city of Houston. We have a special guest today, and I'm super excited to speak with our guest because I happen to be one that was in that industry, in the industry that he is a part of, and we have so many exciting things to find out about this amazing company. So y'all make sure that you stay connected. We'll be right back with our special guest.
Are you having child support issues? Are you going through a divorce? Are you going through a custody battle? I know that your family, children, and property are very important to you, and having to navigate through the legal system is probably one of the most difficult experiences you will have to encounter in your lifetime. Please call the Jones Law Firm at 713-222-0196. The Jones Law Firm is committed to helping you in your time of need. Call 713-222-0196 to schedule a consultation today.
And everyone who is tuned in and watching Meet Houston, our newest talk show with all the exposure here in the city of Houston. We have an amazing guest today, and I'm so excited to speak with him, Mr. Keith Buckner, who is owner of Mint Condition Hair Studio. How are you, Mr. Keith?
Hello, how are you
How
today?
are you? I'm good. I'm so excited to talk with you about your amazing company. We all want to know, how did you get the name of Mint Condition Hair Studio? Where did it begin? How long has it been here in the city of Houston as well? So give us all the latest on the studio.
Well, thank you for inviting me today.
Welcome.
It was my pleasure to be here. It actually comes from by being a child of independent people, entrepreneurs. I know I wanted to do something myself. Went to Southern University, took up a course in business management, played a little ball that year, and I decided I wanted to do something myself. So I went to barber school, decided I wanted a trade, and I realized a lot of people who do take up a trade possibly will be their own boss one
They
day.
will. That was something that I did. I went to school for business management as well, and then I picked up hairstyling. So I totally understand where you're coming from.
And it's such an independent career.
Yeah.
And right now I've been cutting hair, barbering professionally for 41 years.
So you actually not only own Mint Condition Hair Studio, you actually perform and have service for clients behind the chair.
Right. I came to Houston after 11 years in Louisiana working. Moved to Houston because of marriage. And I started working at Sculptures by Face It.
Okay.
And I met some excellent stylists there, and the business was more of a commission salon. And I just knew that I was in an independent side of it, to where I could manage my own chair, I could manage my own clients. So in '95, I decided I was going to step out on my own here in Houston. And we opened up Salon Mint Condition. And by being in the business, you constantly hear things like condition, hair condition, the word condition just kept ringing in my ear. And a good friend of mine played drums, Chris Dave, in the band Mint Condition.
Wow.
and as Chris was doing his thing, I kept hearing condition. And I know that in the hair business, there's no better condition to be in,
That's right.
especially when you walk out of the salon, than mint condition.
Yeah.
That's the best you can do. So I felt that name would be very, very strong. Because, like, again, you come in needing hair service, but when you walk out, you're in mint condition.
All right. So you're over a decade.
Yes,
Over
yes.
a decade.
Right now, we opened Mint Condition, myself and my wife and I, we opened it up in 1995.
Okay.
And we've been successful since then. Actually, there are some stylists in Mint Condition today that has been there right after, or maybe 2 years after we started. So right now the salon is already 23 years, and the people have been there maybe 20, 21 years.
That is amazing. That's amazing.
I think, to me, what has been successful for Mint Condition is, one, I'm from behind the chair. And my first concern of Mint Condition is that I wanted to be successful. I didn't even think about naming it after myself, because going into the business, I knew I wanted some professionals that maybe didn't want to run their own salon, but they want to be treated as a professional. They have the skills to do their own thing, make their decisions. So really, Mint Condition is 10 chairs.
Yeah.
And I consider it as 10 different companies,
That's
businesses
awesome.
that are ran inside of one salon.
And I bet they are just as privileged to be a part of the connection of Mint Condition, because they can be independent but also be a part of the family,
Right.
connected
I really
as well.
think it's also a thing that other stylists have moved on to open their own and go independent. And every year we still have a Mint Condition Christmas party.
That's awesome.
And it's with people that has been there, that moved on. We still get together because we still are a family.
Yeah,
We concern ourselves, their kids, their family. I'm Uncle Keith to so many kids.
Oh, wow.
And we still get together. And that's the success that I believe, because I always think about, instead of just being the management of it, I put myself in the mind of someone who's behind the chair. Sometimes there are some successful salons where owners own salons and they are not in the business. But I still hear a lot, and I still know that you have to be able to relate with the person behind the chair.
You do.
And if
it
you haven't
makes it
been
easier.
there,
It makes it easier to be able to relatable.
Right.
They'll understand the weeks when the clients aren't coming in, and be able to give them the encouragement that they need. And then also, if they need mentored in certain areas that they just don't have that expertise in a certain area when it comes to angles in the haircut, when it comes to a blade that you need. So you'll be able to teach them as well. So what are some of the particulars if someone wanted to come to your salon or have come to your salon or your hair studio? What is it that you look for, or what is it that you say, okay, this is someone that I feel that I don't have to groom that much in order to come into your place of business and work?
Well, one thing, I'll definitely respect the time that they have put in.
Okay.
Because if you put the time in, you have much experience.
Right, yeah.
And then the next one is that I look for how you blend and want to be in a family environment.
Awesome.
Because the environment is to where you could be a client in a chair across the floor, but your relationship now with someone else in there is so great, respecting that you are the other person's client. But we build as a family relationship. Sometimes it has even been to where stylists have moved on and the client say, no, I love this atmosphere, I'm staying.
Yeah.
So,
and that's always good. I
Right,
mean, I bet you that's amazing to have a place of business that people just want to be a part of. They want to make sure that they stuck like glue in that facility as well. So we're going to get into a commercial break because I have so much more I want to talk about with you being in the industry. So we'll be right back with Mr. Keith Buckner, owner of Mint Condition.
It's tax time. Your money, you keep it. CPAs and fraud examiners. Kenneth has over 20 years experience on tax preparation and will personally examine every return for accuracy and compliance with IRS laws. Is the IRS picking on you? Call Kenneth, CPA and fraud examiner now.
I've been with Kenneth for over a decade, and I have 2 businesses in the marine industry, and he has been a savior with our taxes.
Call Kenneth O'Dyke, CPAs and fraud examiners today.
Welcome back to Meet Houston, and if you are just now tuning in, we have an amazing conversation with Mr. Keith Buckner, who is the owner of Mint Condition Hair Studio here in the city of Houston. And we've had an amazing conversation so far, but I have so much more that I want to talk to him about. So we had a discussion talking about the difference between trade and college. And I will be able to relate to your conversation because of us having the same idea when it went from college to a trade. So let's talk about that, because there are some adults that think that their children should attend a 4-year college rather than a trade school. So let's talk about that.
well, you have to know your student.
Yes.
And I do know that the college is not for everyone. But there's still an opportunity to have a trade in some type of service. And in a lot of services, you can start to become your own business and your own boss. Electricians, plumbing, carpentry. It's just so many things that they're all service, because we do find out that a lot of businesses look at college students. One, they say that you will put the time in.
Yes.
4 years. 2, someone can teach you something. 3, you can learn something because you pass all the tests and now you graduated. Then they tell you, come on, let me teach you how to do this job.
Yes.
But I think a committed person can find so many different things to do. And I just love the independence of it.
Yeah.
I look at it now to where even in barbering, if you really present a very good business, you can get a very awesome
clientele
payment out
Yeah.
of it. You know, you can make money in
Yeah.
the business.
Uh-huh.
You have to provide a service,
Right.
a total service,
Yeah.
and you can make a very good living.
Yeah.
And I like the trades because you're not that deeply obligated in student loans and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's you as a parent, you have to know your student.
Right,
I have
right.
a daughter graduated from A&M.
Mm-hmm.
I have another daughter. I have two daughters
Mm-hmm.
graduated from Howard University,
Okay.
and they're doing fine in their field. But myself, I think as a young man, I wanted to go to school. You know, I had a scholarship in athletics, but then again, I didn't want to put in the time
Yeah.
like that. And I knew that I wanted to be independent.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided by going into barber school and I was going to take it to a top shelf level of service to where just outside of my price of cutting, I know I can earn some more added to that by being on time, by just catering to the need of that person.
So let's talk about that because I know the industry has changed.
Mm-hmm.
There's been some that are in the industry that just want to cut hair and they don't want to put the ads, the add-ons to it in order to get to the level. I don't even know what's the cost of an average haircut now.
Well, the average haircut now starts at 20, 25, 30, and sometimes it's more, you know. Some
Right.
people really will pay for that special time that's needed. For myself, in today's time, today when I first started cutting hair, actually, I was in an area where a lot of it was blue-collar workers. That means we wasn't flexible during the week.
Okay.
I had to always be either after 5 or all day on Saturday sitting and waiting. And I remember at that time, I would have 14 people waiting. You're looking
Right.
at between
Yeah.
6 hours.
Yeah.
So I knew that they needed to do other things. So we started at that time in Louisiana, just putting your name on the list.
Right.
And it worked
Okay.
so well. Then I came to Houston, and I started noticing that my flexibility would be better for myself on Saturdays. My girls were running track.
Okay.
And I wanted to also be there as a dad because as a barber, you can spend
Yeah.
forever in the shop on
Absolutely.
Saturdays and miss all the social times
Right.
of your family. So with that, there are so many people now that have flexibility in their jobs, and I decided to where I really wanted to go after the person that needs service
Yeah.
because of their career.
Yeah.
And with that, they'll come on Tuesdays. I'm flexible enough to where you can come before you go to work. I'm flexible enough to that appointment schedule will be so much close on time
Yeah.
that even if you want to leave on lunch break,
Right,
you
right.
can come.
And people will pay for that.
And they will pay
clients
for
will
that.
They
They
will
pay
pay
for
for that time, for that one-on-one time.
That's right.
That uninterrupted time.
Right.
To be able to have with their whoever's providing the service for them. So is that what sets your salon, your studio apart from a lot of other studios, hair studios?
I think it is. Like I always put myself in that person. And I'm much more of a relationship kind of a person. Because in a relationship, if it's something that you might have to look out for me for, you will, and something I have to look out for you, and you will, then all of a sudden we have grown to be involved in a relationship. So I have people that have been guys on like 8 o'clock on Saturday, been on every Saturday
Wow.
for 23 years.
That is amazing.
It's now to where the same people come at the same time till they have built relationships. So with that, I just find it much easier, and I have the flexibility of somebody might need a little bit more time than the other person,
Right.
get more service. So I'm not crammed up and people not on top of each other.
Right. Well, Houston, Texas, Mid Condition Hair Studio is here and providing amazing service on time schedules, as well as you can set appointments and be able to come and visit this amazing studio. So we have to make sure that we let everybody know where you are, where you're located, if they want some service provided by yourself, or if they want some services provided by those other stylists or barbers in the studio. I'm not sure how the appointments go, but we have to make sure that we let all the viewers know what's happening at Mid Condition Hair Studio and how they can get connected with you guys.
Well, here now we are located in the 2626 building on Southwest Loop next to Chacho's, and inside of the salon, and Suite 412.
Okay.
And inside the salon, we have full services such as cosmetology.
Okay.
We have where you can come in and get professional services. with cosmetology there. We have barbers inside.
Okay.
And you can definitely reach us at 281-748-3978. And with that, we will spread you out to the needed person. There are different stylists. We have natural hair braiding inside.
Awesome.
And
it's a variety of services.
Yeah, it's full services. Right now we have, it's 4 barbers
Okay.
and 6 hairstylists that are in the salon.
It's awesome.
So
we are so excited about Mint Condition Hair Studio because I always see, them, so many that are going in and coming out, and they have smiling faces. So if you are in the city of Houston, or if you are coming to the city of Houston and you need a place to have professional services done and be able to get in and get out and be able to be around a family-oriented atmosphere, then make sure that you reach out to Mint Condition. I'm pretty sure you have social media site pages as well. So you can go on social media sites, Mint Condition Hair Studio, and reach out to someone so you can be able to get some amazing service. So we appreciate you, Mr. Keith, for being here.
Inviting me.
Thank you so much, and we looking forward to you coming back and talking about all the growth you got from Meet Houston.
yes.
So y'all make sure that you stay connected. We are so excited to speak with another Houston business owner. If you have a business, or you have an organization, or if you have an event that's coming up and you would like for us to showcase your event here or your business on Meet Houston, we would love to do that. Make sure that you reach out to GMT Media Broadcasting Company, and we would love to have you sit here and have a conversation with me. We'll be right back. I have some interesting things to talk about, some events that I went to within the last couple of weeks, as well as one of my favorite restaurants that I just learned that's a favorite restaurant a couple weeks ago. So y'all make sure you stay connected. We'll be right back.
My dad was in and out of my life due to prison, and he did not become an active father until I was 24. I got married, I just went through all these different relationships, and I just kept hitting a brick wall, and I kept wondering, what is going on? Why can't I have healthy relationships? The book was a transformation for me, and I'm so excited. Like I said, it's been a long journey, but I'm so glad that it's finally here.
Show on Meet Houston. If this is your first time tuning in to Meet Houston, make sure that you stay connected to us each and every Wednesday night on Houston Public Access TV, where we love to bring exposure to the city of Houston. One of the reasons why we love Houston is because what I love the most, and that is food. And I had the opportunity last weekend to visit Snooze. And if you haven't been to Snooze, you have to go to that restaurant. I had some, oh my God, French toast, and it was, oh my God, good. So if you haven't had the opportunity to visit Snooze, that's here in the city of Houston, they have some awesome mimosas. They have some awesome brunch menus, and everything that you would love about eating, they have it at the restaurant. So make sure that you stay connected to Snooze. That was one of the best things that happened last weekend, but not the only best thing that happened last weekend. I took my father to see Shaft the movie, and if you want to go and see a movie that's going to have you laughing from the beginning to the very end, then you have to go and see Shaft, because it was one of those that you didn't want it to end. You didn't want it to end. And the ending, I don't want to tell you what the ending is, but let's just say I don't think that it is over. I don't think that it's over. So those were two of the things that I had the opportunity to do last weekend that put a smile on my face for the weekend, as well as my father. But I can't leave this show without giving you a Houston fun fact. A Houston fun fact that I had no idea that even was here in the city of Houston. But 40 million passengers go through gates in George Bush International Airport. 40 million people go through the gate of George Bush International Airport. So that was something that I had no idea that was happening in the city of Houston. I know that there's a lot of people that fly, but 40 million people annually go through the airport and go through the gates at George International Airport. So whatever it is that you would like to bring exposure to here for your organization, your business, or your industry, we would love to do that here on Meet Houston. You can get in contact with myself. I am your host, Mika Diamond, or you can reach out to GMT Media Broadcasting Company or any of our social media sites, and we would love to connect with you. So bring exposure to yourself by reaching out, and we can do what we do, bring exposure to your business or your industry. We'll see you next week on another episode of Meet Houston.